coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, boom. Appreciate the support. 33, man. 33 years of prison stories, man. We rolling, man. We out here. We pushing that P, man, that positive energy. I appreciate everybody who been rocking with me, everybody who locked in with this movement. It means a lot to me, man. It means a lot to me. Everybody who's locked in, man. I appreciate it. Everybody who been tapping in the morning times, man, while we cutting up, you know, being silly, you know, with that tomfoolery in the morning, man. So, y'all keep it coming, man. I appreciate the energy. I appreciate it, man. You know, tell a friend, man, to come over here, man, and join in on us, man. And let's make it happen. Man, today, man, I was sitting here just thinking in my mind, and something came across my mind about these COs and stuff, man. So I just thought about that, man. And you know, throughout my bit, man, throughout my incarceration, 33 years, man, I've seen a lot of altercations between, you know, convicts, inmates, and COs, man. And you know, most of the time, like, you know, you always hear, you know, what the police, you know, be doing to dudes in there, the abuse, the mistreatment, the dehumanization, you know, all of that. But, you know, every now and then, man, you know, you get some guys, man, they just fed up. They just get to the point where they just can't take it no more. And or you run into the ones that's just crazy, and you know, they take their frustration back out on them, man. You know, they strike back, you know. And it's a big penalty to pay for that, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a big penalty to pay for that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if you get to beefing with somebody, you know, another convict or inmate or whatever, and you do something to them, it's a penalty to pay for that as well. But it's like your life is so much devalued. There is, like, I've actually known, and I know this might sound insane, but this is actual and factual. I've actually known dudes that savage dudes in prison, man, took life in prison to a fellow convict, a fellow inmate or something, or took their eye out, or gave them a colostomy bag, or cut their throat, cut their face or something, and got less time than a dude that just punched the CO in the face or knocked the CO out. So you see, the scales of justice right there. You know what I'm saying? You see the value of life right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but you got dudes though, man. Like I say, they get, they got whatever going on. You always got dudes got personal stuff going on. People don't realize, or people don't take in consideration. Even when you locked up, dudes is dealing with family issues. You have family out there that's having tragedies. You have family out there that's passing away. You have family out there with illnesses, and you can't do nothing about it. You helpless. So you have all of that pent up rage inside of you, besides the fact that you are without your liberty, without your freedom, and around a bunch of people that cares nothing about you, essentially in a hate factory. And that sometimes that stuff gonna come out. And when it come out, man, it can come out anytime, any place, on anybody. And it just goes down like that. And I think I remember I've told some of these incidents before, but not in the context that I'm speaking about it now. But I remember, like, one of the first incidents that I seen when a dude like actually went at the police was when I told you I was on Augusta, when that dude just jumped on the female CO, just out of the blue. Just, it just was random. He just, she was coming back and forth. I think it's on the Augusta video, and she was going to the the closet where you get the the brooms and stuff from. And man, he just jumped up and just grabbed it and slammed on the ground and started ripping her shirt off and started punching her. And I'm like, this is like, it's insanity. It's like a movie. It's like you can't believe he doing that because first and foremost, you know, like I say, you know that off the rip when you come to prison. That's understood. You put your hand on the CO, man, they gonna brutalize you, man. They gonna take you to court. They gonna do you going through it. You get ready to go through it when you know, locked it in your mind that you gonna bust a move like that. Is dire consequences to that. So then if you take that and you times that by 2, if that CO is a female, and for him to get up and just do that in front of everybody, and it was just shocking to me, you know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said in the video, you know, showing up and they came running in there, man, they brutalized. You know what I'm saying? Why did he do it? I don't know. Who knows? It's something that was going on in his head, which is the whole basis of everything. You never know what's going on in someone's brain. You never know what makes someone tick and snap or do what they do. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got to be cautious of everybody around you. This is why you got a lot of dudes, if they did a significant amount of time, or not even a significant, but more so the ones that did a significant amount of time, and you see them, you come home, and they around people, you always see them. You know, I do it. I know I do it. You know what I'm saying? I know I do it. My people around me remind me I do it. I know I do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a force of habit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody walking and they moving around, I'm going to look. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look. That's what I'm going to do because of the environment that I come out of. You know, it come from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It comes from nowhere. And just like that incident, it came from nowhere, man. But, you know, after they got him pinned down, she jumped on him. She was punching him in the face herself and kicking him. And they just held him down there and let her do it because it's like, let her get her frustration back out on him. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. And when they got to the back, you already know they brutalized him. You know what I'm saying? They brutalized him, man. You be lucky to make it to the hospital, man, when you bust a move like that, especially on the female. You know what I'm saying? You be lucky to make it to the hospital, man. And that was one of the first jumps, and like I say, I can remember it shocking the brain. But those are the things that those are teachable moments. You know what I'm saying? Because you get to see what's going to transpire. You get to see how it's going to unfold if something like that occurs, with you or around you. You get to see. So those are teachable moments. And if you're smart, you'll take heed to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that was like one of the first joints, man, that I seen. And I've seen a lot. I've seen, more than a few. You know what I'm saying? More than a few, man. I remember... And then, like I say, too, when you got these people in the system, that's a crazy dynamic as well. And I believe I spoke on that before as well. When an officer, a CO, get attacked or get, or assaulted or, stabbed or whatever, especially if they get stabbed, it always seemed like if they choose to stay there, if they choose to come back to work after, their time off and, whatever, and they getting this workman's comp and all, if they choose to come back to work, it always seems to me, in my experiences, that anywhere from 3 to 6 months later, a year later, they get promoted. You know what I'm saying? Wherever they was, if there was a regular officer, they get promoted to sergeant. If there was a sergeant, they get promoted to lieutenant. Lieutenant, captain, mate, they get promoted. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was a plus for them, but it was a minus. You know what I'm saying? It was an oxymoron. You know what I'm saying? If you get attacked, you probably going to get promoted. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that because I don't know, it's the dynamics, whether they feel like, okay, well, they you know what I'm saying, they came back, they really, down for this job, or the other theory is that most people always thought where they was trying to avoid a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know how you can get a lawsuit because you signed up for the job, and you got to know that this is a possibility within the job description. But I can't even remember, man. I'm telling you, I really can't remember. Going in my brain, maybe if I think about it more, I probably could remember an officer getting attacked, especially with the Bethlehem or something, and not getting promoted. I don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? I've known officers, which I've spoke on too, that have gotten attacked when they were COs. One in particular there, he's a warden. You know what I'm saying? He's a warden, but I remember him getting attacked as a CO. You know what I'm saying? And I spoke about that joint, and I ain't even gonna say his name, but shout out to him, man, cause I knew him from the time he was a CO all the way to a warden, and I never had any problems with it. He was always a fair dude with me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he was always fair with me, so I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. But I remember him beefing with the dude, and he agitated the dude, and the dude was, you know, him, they had their back and forth, and then it just all came to a head this one time, man, when he was trying to shake him down going in the building, and dude ain't want to let him shake him down because they always been popping off at each other, so he still was trying to shake him down, and he trying to handle them, and they be touching you, you know what I'm saying? If you touch them, that's assault, but they can touch you, and it's cool. So dude wasn't going for it, and he ended up, you know, all right, go ahead, shake me. He doing it out, and man, he just went on, okay, went on upstairs, you know, came back down, knew he was right there on post, shaking people down, coming in the building. He just came straight out, and he took off running, and he chasing them, trying to get him, you know, and he got punished, you know what I'm saying? He got punished, you know, for that. But that officer ended up coming back after that incident and becoming a sergeant, you know, a year later, a lieutenant. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 or 3 years later after that, he was a captain. You know what I'm saying? Later on, moved to major. Later on, moved to assistant warden. Now it's a warden. You see what I'm saying? You know, 20-some years later, he a warden. You know what I'm saying? So it happens, man. It happens. And I've seen it in several years. Only one now that I'm speaking while I'm talking this, you know, my brain is moving. Only one that I know that I can think of that just came in my mind that got attacked and didn't get promoted was because they was hated already by the administration. The administration ain't like them, but they was, you know, already had a position, and that is Lieutenant Zolly called. Shout out to Zolly, man, the Warrior Zolly. Go watch the video, the Warrior Zolly. Zolly was a female, but Zolly was Zolly was vicious. You know what I'm saying? To everybody. You know what I'm saying? Not just the convicts, not just the inmates, the officers as well. Zolly just had that disposition of superiority and authority. You know what I'm saying? And they imposed that at all times. She would tell on a CO that was doing wrong just as fast as she would on a convict. And they didn't like that because a lot of them was doing wrong. But Zolly she gonna call you out, she gonna point you out. So they didn't even really want her there. But they just had no justification to fire her. So I remember when Zolly got beat up, you know, got attacked by the dude for, you know, popping off, because she will pop off. You know what I'm saying? You know, you call her a name, she gonna call you a name. You cuss at her, she gonna cuss at you. You call her a derogatory name, she might say your mama. You know what I'm saying? Yo, dirty, dusty mama. You know, and dudes ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? Even though they call her, they not going, dudes, because the embarrassment is be like knives sticking in them. That everybody, oh man, you let her talk about your mama, like even grown men, you know what I'm saying, feed into that type of peer pressure. Oh, BITCH, you better not say it no more. Yo mama, yo dirt, yo dusty dirt. Yeah, she'll do that. You know what I'm saying? And if a dude go at her, he gonna have to pay the price. He gonna have to pay the price. Regardless of what she said, he gonna have to pay the price. You know what I'm saying? Because her speaking like that is not just justification for her to lose her job. She's been in the system for over 20-some years. So she gonna be straight either way. You know what I'm saying? You the one that's gonna have to take that brutal whooping you gonna get, and you gonna have to take them charges that they gonna give you when you had to go to courtroom. But I done seen Zolly get attacked at least twice. And she never moved higher than a lieutenant. Not while I was around. I was around her for in probably in excess of 15 to 20 years, and she was a lieutenant from the beginning of the time I first met her. And she was a lieutenant when I was away from her for you know, for the rest of the time that I was locked up. So, you know, it's just certain ones. But for the most part, that was automatic really promotion, man, when you do that. You know what I'm saying? But it was for the person who did it, it was automatic, some more time and a brutal beating that, you might be messed up for life depending upon what they do to you. Because they going to whoop you with the cuffs on. They going to stomp you. They going to kick you. They going to put the nightsticks on you. They going to bust you up. So you have to know this when you make them type of moves on the CO. You have to know, what's coming with it. I.e. Kitchen Man. You know what I'm saying? Kitchen Man, little string bean or whatever. But when he made the move, and it was a female, when he punched her in the face and they brutalized her. You know what I'm saying? They brutalized them. They don't care how small you is. They gonna brutalize. That is like their green light, green pass to punish you and to get away with it. And they take cold advantage of that. Yeah, they take cold advantage of that. And they brutalize his little hand pots. But like I say, he had things going on. You know what I'm saying? He had things going. He had just lost his parents, you know what I'm saying, or his mom. Plus I don't think he was working with a full deck from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But, you got those dudes like that. And then you got some dudes, man, they so scared when they first come to prison, and they so scared of the atmosphere, the surroundings around them, and they want to get a reputation, and they want to try to keep them wolves up off of them. So somehow in their mind, because they misguided, instead of, dealing with somebody that you think that might oppose you, or that you might got a problem with, and set your example that way to let people know, they'll pick up a police, because in their mind they'll say, oh, if he go with the police, he crazy, he'll go with anybody. They ain't even ready for the repercussions of that, though. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ready for the repercussions of that. So they'll go and swing on the police or whatever. Man, that ain't gonna get you the reputation that you looking for. And it definitely ain't gonna get you the results that you looking for. Because if you scared of what's gonna happen out here, you better be double scared of what these people gonna do to you. Because if you don't even want to be in this type of environment, then you gonna end up being in this type of environment even longer. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with even more of this larceny and this chaos and this violence and flammery and skullduggery and tomfoolery. You gonna deal with it even longer, because they gonna definitely tack that time on your stuff. Only way you don't really get more time, dudes that do that, is them dudes that already got L news. They already got life sentences. So when that stuff get took into court, 9 times out of 10 the judge is gonna be like, man, this dude in here doing triple life. What do you want me to do? Give him 5 years for pushing you. Man, get this stuff up out of my courtroom. Them the only ones. So by the administration knowing that too, that's the punishment they're going to put on you. They going to take it out on you, because they already know even when you go to court, you ain't going to get nothing but a slap on the wrist, or they going to send you right on back up in there. You know what I'm saying? So they going to take their punishment out on you. You know what I'm saying? Remember I told y'all about Marty. DC Marty. When DC Marty go to the police, the dude that DC Marty stabbed is a ward. That's enough. That's 2. I ain't even think that's 2. The dude that DC Marty stabbed when he was a CO is also a ward. And he's some cut. You know what I'm saying? He's pure garbage. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but when they brutalized Marty in there, man, they brutalized Marty, man. I think they broke something on Marty, his ribs. They did something to Marty back there. I'm thinking about it, and they crushed Marty, man. And one of them dudes back there, man, it was cold and everything when they did that, man. They had him chained down in there, handcuffs on him for more than a couple of days. And it was cold. They didn't give him no blankets. They broke the window out, you know what I'm saying? Let them freeze in there, man. They almost got pneumonia. All of this, for going at the police, because they gonna band together, because it's like they looking at it like, well, even if they do something like brutalizing and beating you down and all of that, that's wrong. People that's even not with it gonna be with it, because they're gonna be like, oh, well, it's one of these dudes attack you, then this, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they gotta be with it. They gotta be with it, because they want the support if they keep people up off of them. If somebody attack them, they want to know that they're gonna be punished. They gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a fraternity, man. And and the cover up is deep. The cover up is deep. They gonna cover it all up, man. They gonna act like, oh no, he was aggressive, or he, just like you see how stop resisting. Stop how you resisting when you getting everything bent up, broke up. Come on, man. But this is what it is. How you resisting when you got handcuffs on? You know what I'm saying? How you resist when you got handcuffs on, you got 12, 15 people with Ninja Turtle suits on beating you down, and you the one that's resisting. Get out of here, man. But it goes down like that, man. But like I say, these dudes, man, for whatever reason, though, like I say, the frustration will come out, man, and if it's directed at them police, they making a major move. You making a major move if you go at them. This is why they walk around and talk so greasy. This is why they walk around and act so bold, because they know that the average cat is locked up. Knows, yeah, the penalty for putting your hands on me is great. So therefore, woo. That's how they talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Because they think you not willing to cross that line. But you got some cats that will cross that line, and you got some cats that'll cross that line emphatically, with that Bethlehem, and not playing. And they don't care if it's a female or a male. They don't care. They care they at that level. They at that snap level. You know what I'm saying? And you got dudes out there that ain't to be played. Mark Peace. Mark Peace ain't got no picks. He don't care if you're a female. He don't care if you're a male. He don't care if you're a nurse. If you opposing him and you don't push them to that limit, man, Mark Peace gonna give you that work. He gonna give you that work. Mark Peace gonna give you that work. I done seen Mark Peace put in that work on all levels. On all levels, with the Bethlehem, with the hands, with the females, with the males, with the nurses. Mark Peace gonna put that work in. Inmates, convict, he gonna put that work in. If he feel like he has been, pushed against the wall, and that's how he coming. That's how he coming. You know what I'm saying? So they have to take those in consideration too, that they can't talk like they talk to everybody different. Everybody's situation different. Everybody's disposition different. Everybody view things different ways. So some dudes just ain't going for it. They just do not care. You know what I'm saying? And situations, some dudes may not even ever be getting out. And they make that stand, man. They plant their flag in the ground. They put their 10 toes in the dirt, and they say, this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm not. This is my limit. This is my cutoff. And they don't care if it's a police or whatever. I know a warden that got stabbed. Why he was a warden. You know what I'm saying? Why he was a warden. So you can imagine what happened to him. And then the bigger repercussion behind all of it is, man, that when you do decide to make a move like that too, it depending upon how much time you already have. If you have a life sentence, if you have a big number, man, or especially if you depended upon making parole, you forget it. You forget it, man. The system is going to wage war against you and try to, make sure that you never make parole. Make sure that you, never mandatory out of your long sentence, or make sure that you max it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? They hold grudges like that. You know what I'm saying? I.e. Bo Billy. Free Bo Billy. I.e. Bo Billy. You know what I'm saying? When you make that stance as you're going to be a man, and you're going to stand up for whatever you feel like, your principles are, and, your standards are, then if it comes down to you at war with them, and you're not going to let them do anything to you, man, they going to hold that against you. They're going to hold that against you. There's going to be stuff in your files. It's going to be, negative words against you when you trying to get your liberation. They not going to support that one iota. Whether it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, since an incident may have occurred, it's going to be reoccurring. It's going to keep on coming up. When you go up for parole, it's going to say history of violence. Or it's going to say, assaultive behavior on staff, which might have been 20 years ago. And you might have had 19 years of clean, free history. They're going to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? They're going to bring that up, and they're going to hold that against you, man. That's facts. That's facts. But on the flip side, when the police done beat you down and broke your arm or knock your teeth out or, knock your eye socket loose or stomp you into the ground or use cattle prongs on you or split your head open with a nightstick or broke your fingers trying to put you in hand. None of that is going to come up. None of it. You got to take all that on the chin. You know what I'm saying? All that is par for the course. All of that's free money that they done got. Man, it's a vicious game, man. That's why when I say when them dudes, the ones that's serious, you got some dudes, like I say, they trying to make a statement. Police talking greasy to them, get out, they boom, boom, take off on them with their hands or whatever. Take their assault charge. Going to court, probably can get a little time, but they'll take the assault charge, take the beat down, woo, woo, woo. Or they trying to impress people to keep somebody off their butt. They, make a country break like that. But when you got them dudes that pick that Bethlehem up and they go with them police, they got deliberate intentions. They know what they doing. They know the consequences. They know the point that they trying to make. They know the stance that they take. You know what I'm saying? And they know what comes with it for the most part. Unless they're young and green and been fed into that. Like I told you when I was up on Wallace Ridge, the gang members, they send the young dude at the old dude that was real nasty and racist and vicious. And they send them young dudes at him, and them young dudes go up to him and hit them all up with the Bethlehem, and they brutalize them young dudes, man. They brutalize them. I told you about it in the Wallace Ridge joint. To the best of my understanding, them dudes was lucky to make it to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? They was lucky to make it to the hospital. And they was young, and trying to fit in and being led and being misled by misrepresentation. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, even when you go do what you do, even if somebody tell you to do it, that's even worse because the people who telling you to do it is not going to pay the penalty that you going to pay. They not going to take the whooping that you going to take. They not going to take the punishment you going to take. They not going to have to be in prison long as you going to have to be in it. All of that that's asinine to me. But that's the way they live because that's the life that they chose. You see what I'm saying? They chose that life. And those are the consequences that come with it, man. When you going to let somebody else lead you, then them people are controlling your destiny. They controlling your future. Because the decisions that you're making are not the decisions that you would make on your own, but because somebody done told you to do it. So it's a vicious game in there, man. Vicious cycle, man. It's a lot to learn. You could be in prison 30 years and don't learn everything about prison. You can be in prison 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, and don't learn everything about prison because the dynamics are forever changing. You know what I'm saying? It's forever changing, man. Prison was changing and evolving the whole time I was in there. And to be honest, it wasn't really evolving. It was degressing. It was getting worse and worse and worse. Principles and things when I first came in didn't even apply that much no more. Because it's a different breed in there, it's a different generation in there, and there's different rules to be followed, there's different protocols. And the old penitentiary ways was fading out. You know what I'm saying? They was fading out. And you got old dinosaurs in there that people don't want to let go because of what they did yesteryear. Because of how they stood up when they first came in there. Because they wanted to be a man and didn't want to just go for anything. They still in there. You know what I'm saying? They still in there. And that's real. That's super real. But man, when you got to know, your situation before you put yourself in that type of situation where you got to, do something to a policeman. And I know it's gonna force you to take more than what you're willing to take, to endure more than what you normally would. But in the end, man, it's gonna be all for your benefit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be for your benefit if your goal is to get out of prison. You know what I'm saying? As soon as possible, because all of that stuff there, man, is like I say, it's just so catchy because it all depends on your heart. It all depends on what you believe in, and it all depends on what you're willing to tolerate. Because they gonna push on both sides. The convicts gonna push you, and the administration gonna push you, and it's gonna come a breaking point, and you gonna have to decide how you gonna move and what you gonna do, man. But all of that stuff comes with dire consequences, man. Dire consequences. Either way you look at it. So, but like I say, man, I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I seen some police to get it that was well, long overdue. Long overdue. And then even when they got it, they didn't even get their just due, because they done did dirt for so long to so many and got away with it that they feel, they just feel like they immortal. They feel like they untouchable. They feel like ain't nobody never going to, you know what I'm saying? But it happens, man. It happens, it happens, So yeah, it's vicious, man. It's a vicious cycle in there, man. But yeah, just know that if you are incarcerated and if you unfortunate enough to be in prison, you're gonna suffer a whole lot of mistreatment. You're gonna suffer a whole lot of mental abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, from administration, itself. But please understand, man, that before you decide to cross that line, just know what arena that you stepping into, cause them people are unforgiving and they are unmerciful, and your life don't hold that much value to them, and that's facts, But like I say, man, it's a blessing in every lesson, man, and the blessing is, man, that I haven't known any of one of the dudes that decided to make that move, end up losing their life at the hands of the police, when I've known a few to lose their life at the hands of a police. But I never known nobody who actually went at the police and actually lost their life, like got killed. I've known some that lost their life because now the people ain't trying to let them out. So they trying to leave them in there until they die. You know what I'm saying? People like Sam Pitts, The Rock, they want to leave you in there till you die. They definitely want to do that. I've known people to do that, but not for the police to actually take their life. I guess because it would look too much like retaliation. So, that's the blessing in that though, man. But, like I say, this is prison stuff, man. This is what goes on in this life. This is why we talk. This is why we do these videos. This is why we preach. Duck this life at all costs. Duck this life at all costs. Whatever you got to deal with out here on the street, deal with it. It's going to be ups and downs. Nobody out here got perfect lives. Nobody. I never heard of such. Even the rich, the famous, I never heard of such. Where there's going to be lives without obstacles and hurdles and, setbacks. I never heard of such a life. You know what I'm saying? So deal with what you got to deal with out here, where you got a fighting chance, opposed to putting yourself in a worse situation, and the fight is much harder. So anyway, man, talk to me in the comments, man. Hit me up, talk to me. Y'all know I talk back. Y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions. Tell a friend and tell a friend about this. Share this video with somebody you think need to hear. Any young person in your vicinity that's, playing with their life out here, man. Let them know, man. Get it together, man, because it's a whole lot worse life waiting for you if you want it. But you got to want it. You got to ask for it. You got to sign up for it. So keep that in mind, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. Boom, boom, boom. Duck them hooks, man. I see y'all in 24 hours. Bang, we out here.
The banky special. Yeah, pure deliciousness. Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.